Alright! Hey everybody, SA Spiker. Gonna take you on a real exciting photo shoot today. Went out here to Fort Fremont again. And for some reason I got included this hike out to my spot in the video, and I guess just to give an idea of all the work I gotta do to get out there. It must be a 10-mile hike back to the beach. Well, I might be exaggerating a little bit. It's at least a 1/10 of a mile hike out to the beach back there. But it seems a lot farther when you're carrying all these cameras and tripods and everything else. So let's see. I'm getting close now. Whew! Wearing me out. Man. Alright, so I finally make it out there. What do we got? Man, look at that tide. I don't know if everybody watched my other video that had to suffer through that. But sometimes you come out here in a high tide, that water's right up to those rocks. You can't even hardly see that beach right in this area. But today, this is just a real shallow area here. So the beach goes way out there. That's why people have to build those long docks. Get their boat out into the deep water. So I'm finally getting set up to where I need to be able to get the pictures I want, which I picked up some extra cameras, and I find the cheapest that I can find at pawn shops and whatnot, at eBay, wherever. Can't afford to be just buying 3 real expensive cameras that I want, but I did find like a T2i that I forget, 150 bucks, something like that. So I'm going to set up 3 different cameras on this day. So I got that little tripod so I can get real low to the ground right here. And this one, I believe I have my 10 to 18 millimeter lens on. So open that down to 10 millimeters gives me a real wide view. That's why when I get real low to the ground like that, it just stretches out that foreground. That just gives me the look I really like. And today, since I'm not really seeing the wave movement, I don't think I used an ND10 density filter. Maybe ND16. I mean I screwed up there. I didn't use the ND1000, a 10 stop filter. I think I used an ND8, ND16, and I forget what those are. I don't know, 2 or 3 stops. Give me a little bit longer exposure, but I didn't need quite that long exposure since I could barely even see those waves. And there's no clouds moving around in the sky today. So if I go too long of exposure on a day like this, I get a little bit too much blurriness in the sun movement, which is the reason. And usually I'll have my base shot at about 30-second exposure. I think today I was probably going 15-second exposure on a lot of these shots. And I was getting my second camera. I walked out a little bit out into that sand. Walk out too far, you sink up to your knees. So now I got 2 cameras going. The other one I got out there had the standard lens of 18 to 55 millimeters, so I'm probably shooting at 18 millimeters on that. Then I set up my third camera. This, I think I have a 75 to 300 millimeter lens on this one. And as we go along, I'm going to tilt that up on its side just because I can do it on this tripod. And here we go. And get some shots like this. I don't do shots like this a whole lot. Called the portrait aspect, or portrait orientation. I like the landscape orientation better, but it's always good to go with those long, tall shots every once in a while, just to get something a little bit different. And it did work out pretty good today. Worked out pretty good with the way this sun was going today. And on this camera, I don't even think I had any filters on it. Whether you get those zoom shots with this long lens, for some reason works out better without any filters, because you don't get that glaring sun that you do on the other lenses. So now, I think I'm pretty much going to leave these 3 cameras in pretty much the same position as the sun's going down, and just walking back and forth in between the 3 of them, having them all taking pictures all the time.
It still seems pretty solid.
So I think I'm just about done here. I'm getting ready to show you some pictures pretty soon. I don't like to drag these videos out too long.
A little bit further.
But I think I was going to take this camera
Solid.
and see if I can walk out a little bit further into this. What's usually underwater here. That's pretty solid. I was standing up pretty good. I forget how I was trying to get all the way out to where I could catch some movement on those waves. But I think I sunk in a little bit too far there, almost lost my shoe. So I just gave up, turned around, went back. So this turned out to be a pretty good day, pretty exciting day. And oh, here we go. That's not a terrible shot. I think these are on the 18 millimeter that I walked out into that a little bit. And I kind of like those. They're not terrible pictures. I like that waviness of that sand that you can see, and it gives you a lot of foreground here. Now, these next three are from my 10 millimeter lens, and I actually kind of like that I didn't walk out there and I got these shells in the foreground. Gives me something. The sky was so boring today, no clouds up there. Still nice colors into it, nice way to just see the pure sun over there. But these foregrounds, it really makes these shots. This is probably one of my favorites here. Now, I'm going to go into what I got with that third camera. This is a 75 millimeters here. I like these foregrounds. Nice color, nice interesting foregrounds. And the last one here, I'm going to go up to 300 millimeters and get really close in on that sun. I wish that my focus had been on the sun, but it's more on those waves right there. But I still like that shot. All right, that's going to do it for today. We'll see you.